You know what I mean?
Be careful, you know.
But we're gonna go to our first interview. We got our brother Unknown Misery on the jack. We're gonna jack him in and see what's going on out in Canada. What's up, brother?
Yo, what's going on? Y'all hear me?
Yeah. We got you. Hold on 1 second.
You
good?
Right there.
Okay, sick. Yo, it's good, man.
What's up, brother? Tell us who you are. Where you calling from?
What's going on? Go with the name of Unknown Misery. I'm calling from Canada, stolen native land. I represent a group called Babylon War Child, and I'm one of the leading members of the Canadian chapter of Universal Collective.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean?
That's what's up. Much love, brother. Much love, brother. Shout out to all the empty-handed warriors. Babylon War Child for people.
Where does that name come from? The empty-handed warriors.
Yo, empty-handed warriors comes from a long time ago. The first time I went to Europe, I made an album with a brother called Anyway Jones. He produced the whole thing, and I just called the album Empty-Handed Warrior, to be honest. Then I went out there and I started building with all these people, and one night, like backstage of the show, it just made sense, you know? It's like, yo, we're the underground, we're building tunnels through the underground, and we just have each other. Like, no major labels are backing us and supporting us, so we had couches to sleep on, we had shows that made possible because of all the people we met, you know? So we're empty-handed, but we got a lot to offer.
Isn't that what is it, Kung Fu or whatever? Means empty-handed or something like that?
Yeah, Kung Fu.
Yeah.
So how long you been doing this?
The EHW thing or music?
Music.
Music in general.
Music in general, man. Like I've been taking it seriously since 1998. In 1993 is when I first started writing rhymes and like hitting up ciphers. That's when I stopped playing sports. You know, I just we hit up the ball court and I'd hit up ciphers. That's what we do every day. You know what I mean? So 93 is when I actually fell in love with it spiritually. And 98 was when I started releasing shit. My first release was through DJ Sirius, through the DJ Sirius 12-inch. The song was called Trapdoors, and it was distributed through Groove Attack and Fat Beats.
Who made you fall in love to the hip-hop world? Like, what artists out there you was listening to that made you be like, this is something you wanted to pursue?
I grew up in the 90s, man. So, like, I remember every month, every 3 months, there were several albums that we were all looking forward to. That hardly happens anymore. You know what I mean?
Oh, that rarely happens. Yeah. That rarely happens.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. When it does, it's amazing. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it was I'd say Boot Camp and Wu-Tang, basically. Like that's the shit that really resonated with me. You know?
So who were your top 5 growing up?
Top 5 growing up? Yo, RZA. RZA to me, anytime I listen to RZA, every single time I hear the same song over and over, I hear something different in it.
Yeah, because you know what it is? It's layered. Because it's layered.
Okay, word. And it's like even the beat selection and the whole style of production over there, there's always some hidden notes, some gems. You know, it's like the pressure point. It hits you once every 3 minutes. But it's like, to me, I'd say RZA, I'd say Nas, Ghostface.
Yeah, he's one of the greatest, yo. That was Papa Wu. You know, Papa Wu, we asked Papa Wu who was his favorite Wu-Tang Clan member lyrically, and he said Ghostface.
Yeah, because Ghostface to me is mad versatile. I don't know, I feel like a lot of my style, just naturally how it happened, a lot of my style resonates with Ghostface at this point in my career, you know, in my sound.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's up, though. I mean, and it's good to have, like, but that's the thing. We had those great people to look up to like that. Like nowadays, like things is really different, man. It's like these kids, I'm not saying there's no good artists, but these kids really don't have those monumental type of people. You know what I mean?
That's the problem. And the problem with that to me is, it's like, yo, sometimes I'll be like, yo, these youngins are listening to some ignorant shit. All right, and I'll listen to then I'll be like, yo, let me listen to some nostalgic music of mine. I'll put something on, and I'll be like, hold on. It was kind of ignorant, but it wasn't ignorant. They were still talking about street life without glorifying it. Yep. They were telling stories. They were storytellers. They weren't glorifying and trying to sell a story so people live it. You know what I mean? So like the difference is now to me. The difference to me right now is that there's the youth out there. It's like their nostalgic music that they're growing up to. The first song they're listening to while they're having sex for the first time, while they're smoking.
Yeah, but you're right though, because there is that connect of trying to there is that connect of trying to like remember, like, yo, where was I when this song went off and whatnot and what have you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like all of us have a feeling. If I'm at a jam and they're playing something from the 90s, I just get nostalgic. People don't even know why I'm walling.
I haven't heard that word used in the same sentence as a song in a long time.
Well, wilding out?
No, nostalgic. No, and I'm saying, but that's a testament to where we're at as a people, though, right? That we haven't heard that in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a testament to where we at as a people, man. So tell us a little bit about what Babylon War Child is for people who don't know about the group, which they should, because you guys you've got a lot of views, you got a following, and when you guys got down, you know, with us, when you started rocking with the family, I was talking to other people in other places, and they were like, Unknown Misery, Babylon War Child's down with the collective. They were like, yo, they were
word, yo. Thanks, man.
They was really excited, you know. About that. So can you tell us, for those of us that might be, well, not us obviously, but the people out there that might not be as well familiar with Babylon War Child, could you talk about what exactly is Babylon War Child?
Yeah, most definitely. First of all, give thanks for all those words, man. I appreciate it, and we could always use more listeners, man. We're struggling. Sometimes we scrape against the wall for that shit, but the people that do listen to us are loyal to us, which I respect and I appreciate. But yo, Babylon War Child is basically several artists. There's 4 of us. I'll say me, Unknown Misery. I was in a group long time ago called Poor Man Militia in Toronto. There's 9 of us. And my boy KDB was also part of Poor Man Militia. And me and him right now are part of Babylon War Child. There's basically a bunch of solo artists, you know? We're like Voltron. There's a lot of arms, and we come together to build Babylon War Child. We got Legitimate, who's just a lyricist, man. Like, that dude, he's coming out with a solo album right now that we're working on as the collective. But it's kind of more like... His album actually is called Only Built for Human Beings.
Yo, so I like that. I like that. You know what I mean? I like that.
It's coming with that same nostalgia, because when me and him are together, people will be like, at least our close heads, all the people we chill with love Wu and shit, so they'll be like, yo, me and him together are like Ghost and Ray.
That's dope, though. That's a dope, yo, man, that's a dope fucking comparison. Like, to not put it on yourself, but for people to say that, that's a really dope comparison, bro.
Yeah, indeed. We'll never be Ghost or Ray. I'll always be.
No. And not that you're even saying that, but I get what you're saying, though. You're acknowledging me. I get you, though.
Yeah. And so that's what it is. And together as artists, we stand out because we got Rumpelstilts, who plays the live electric cello with a looping pedal and the MPC on stage.
That's
so it's like
that's pretty
you know what I mean?
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, most definitely. He comes from a really classical background. His father's Anton Corti, who's like a legend when it comes to composing in the Canadian classical scene and whatnot. His whole family's on that, but he's kind of risked that whole life, and he's kind of gotten blacklisted by working with us and building Babylon.
Why is it because hip hop's not considered real music by people classically trained?
That's basically it. You know what I mean? Because they say we copy a lot of things, and our argument is, when people bring that to us, is classically trained music. We may have samples that we sample and make into our own, but classical music really replays classical music from years and years ago. So that's the difference that we actually create. So, like, we don't play instruments, but our argument for that is always that hip-hop is music because we create our own instruments. We create something from nothing. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with that. I mean, and so any questions you want to ask, Cash? No. So,
well, you top 5 still. You know what I'm saying? I want to get back to that because you said RZA, Nas, Ghostface. You know what I'm saying? We need 2 more.
I was trying to cheat. Still, I was trying to keep the 2 empty.
You know, we got to know who you are. You know, from within.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that for a second. See,
and they got to be alive.
Okay.
There you go.
So Pac's out of it then.
Yeah,
Lil Yachty.
Little Yachty.
21 Savage.
21 Savage. Bow Wow.
21.
And Iggy Azalea. Hey. So one time, what happens is sometimes Cash will leave his. We share some of the same technology. Using like different laptops with different projects we're doing. So Cash leave his Facebook open, right, Miz? And he was like, so I was like, yo, you know, my favorite is Redman, But then I put up like my real top 5. I put up as him, and he didn't even know he was at work or something. I put up my top 5 was, what did I say? I said Little Bow Wow, Little Yachty, Mike Jones, and Vanilla Ice. And people were like, "Come on, Vanilla Ice!" And so listen, people are like, "Yo, come on, Vanilla Ice!" And he goes in his comments and goes, "Nah, B is writing this. I'm gonna kill you." And then I go, "Yo, man, Vanilla Ice is the truth." They're like, "What was it? The show, the scene from the Ninja Turtle movies that did it?" I said, "Sure is." And he was like laughing because people kept ignoring the fact that he was saying that I was the one writing it. He wrote in the comments, "I'm gonna kill you, Nabi," and they just ignored him and just kept going back and forth with me about how I picked Vanilla Ice because of the Ninja Turtle scene.
Vanilla Ice is
Vanilla Ice.
nice, man.
You can't mess with yo, man. Ninja rap.
Yeah, man, you gotta watch out for that. So what part of Canada do you originate from?
I was born and raised in Toronto. I always rep Toronto. I live in Vancouver right now, but Toronto's my home. You know what I mean?
What's the difference between Vancouver and Toronto? I heard Vancouver's pretty much like the Hollywood, the California of Canada.
Is that where it goes?
Yeah, because Vancouver's like on the west side of Canada.
West side? They thought the W?
Yeah, this is like Cali North almost. We call it Cali North sometimes. See, yo, Toronto has like the straight East Coast vibe. Okay, I'll even explain music-wise. People-wise, human beings, spiritually sane-wise, the West Coast is doing it well. Because we got the mountains out here, we got nature, we're surrounded by nature. We could just be by ourselves even though we're around a million people and just go into nature, you know what I mean? And you could really calm the spirit and find the spirit here. But when it comes to music, in Toronto, that's the absolute opposite. It's filled with concrete where energy dies. Hits the tall standing walls, energy dies. People are walking by in a rush. But on the next perspective, that rush actually makes Toronto more of a grind city. It makes it where every night I could go somewhere and till I was 28, every single night I could go somewhere and just have a cipher naturally without trying. And there'd be a freestyle cipher going down. There'd be a show going down. Someone would be hitting up some graph in the alley. You keep a 6-4. Out here, it's like that drive's not really out here, man. It's a different way to grow up.
Different way of life?
Different. It's a different way of life. We got East Hastings, and then most of the slums and all that is like...
Isn't that a place in England? You know? Isn't that a place in England, Hastings?
Oh, probably, man. They probably colonized and gave this the name Hastings.
Well, yeah, because we got a Bristol here, a Bristol, Rhode Island. You know, that's a wall.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't it something like Vancouver has the most drug abusers like in the world?
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah, most
is it one of those things where it's boring? So people
no, just like it's like the Hollywood. It's like Hollywood, bro. It's like they say Vancouver has the most drug users per out of anywhere in the world.
Yo, that's the thing, man. Yo, in Toronto, the organized crime is unorganized in the shootings in the malls. In Vancouver, it's quite organized. And if you're not involved in the dirt, you probably won't get touched by the dirt. You know what I mean? But it's definitely a place where heroin's huge. I work at East Hastings, the downtown east side. Look it up, man. East Hastings, there's like a big fentanyl crisis out here.
Could you talk a little bit?
The world.
Fentanyl, which a lot of people, if they don't know, that's the stuff that people have been cutting heroin with. We've had that problem here in Rhode Island. That's hit close to home. There are people that have a lot of people have overdosed from them mixing the fentanyl with the heroin. What kind of work do you do around that? Because I know, like I'm gonna ask you questions that I know the answers to because people are watching.
Because he knows everything.
Because I'm
Jesus' stepson.
So could you talk a little about, you were talking about the fentanyl, like they said that over here in Rhode Island, we're the smallest state in the United States, but even over here we've had a very bad problem with people mixing the fentanyl with the heroin and there being a larger number of overdoses. Could you talk a little bit about because you do some amazing stuff over there, and you're very humble, so you just said, the work I do, he didn't want to get, this guy does some amazing stuff over there. Could you talk about the work you do?
Yeah, respect, man. Yeah, so basically, I'll break it down in a few different chapters almost, but I'll be quick. So I work in the downtown east side, which is in Hastings in Vancouver. There's all there is down there is shelters, detox centers, and safe injection sites. North America's first.
What's a safe injection site?
A safe injection site. The first one in North America was built here. That's the company I work for, Portland Housing Society. And that safe injection site is basically where people come in. We test your drugs for you if you want us to test it for you.
So if they bring in coke, you sniff it for them?
Nah.
Oh, this is good shit, bro. Where you get this from?
You got a guy in the back like, hey, give me. I'm waiting. They're
Where
like,
you get this from, Marlon?
nah, I'm just. Where you get this from?
I'm trying to get some hits online, so I wanted to just say less as possible, so people think I'm using. They can talk.
Yeah. They be like, they be like, oh my god, the new blog is gonna say, they're gonna say, rap artist, phenomenal rap artist out of Canada, Unknown Misery, was on the Chop Shop recently, and he admitted to sniffing cocaine to save lives.
That's people love that negative shit. You know what I mean? But basically.
So you mean tested like you mean tested with a kit?
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Nah. We have a little kit, man. I got into dirt in my past too, and that's all of my music, anyways. But there's a kit. We test it. We let them know how much fentanyl's in it, if there is fentanyl or not. They do it in front of us. We give them the needles. We give them everything they need. They sit there. They do it. They usually pass out on the floor. Some of them live. Some of them overdose and they don't live, and the other ones are just high. We watch them until they feel a little better, and then we tell them to leave, so other people could come in.
So two things with this. Let me give you two things. Being a Libra, one, there's gonna be two reactions with this. One, some people are gonna say, "You're a piece of shit. That's wrong. Because they're gonna say you are contributing to their drug usage." But then there's other people, right, that are more realistic, that understand the numbers and understand that you've saved a lot of lives just by doing that. You don't have those numbers because there's no statistic for lives that didn't die.
It's the thought of, you like your mom says, I'd rather him drink in the house than drink outside because something can happen to him.
I mean, I had that policy with my sister. Yeah. I let my little sister do certain things in my house with her best friend and sleep in my bed and chill in my room, just them, so they wouldn't do it around guys and this and that. And my sister,
just word up.
My sister never. All my sisters, not all my sister's friends, but because some of them are watching, majority of them went a different route, and a good portion of my sister's friends and even family members, female cousins in the same age bracket, all got pregnant many years before my sister. And I'm not talking bad down at them, and I'm not judging them for being pregnant or nothing. I'm just saying that my sister had a different mentality because I allowed her to, I didn't let her sniff no coke in my house, but she was definitely smoking some cannabis. You know what I mean?
That shit's harm reduction. I did the same with my sister. My sister's, I'm very lucky. She's blessed, strong woman, but same flex, like first spliff ever. I was like, I know how dudes are. I'm gonna play some harm reduction right now in this life. I'm not gonna tell you what you can or can't do, because if I say you can't do it, you're gonna do it anyways, and I won't even know when you're doing it or where you're doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so when you neglect someone, they're gonna want to go and do it anyway.
And when you tell them not to do it, why do teen kids all across the world smoke cigarettes when we all know cigarettes taste like crap and they don't do anything good for you? They don't make you high. They don't do nothing. Why do they do it? Because they're cool. Do the opposite of what we say. Because they're cool. It's cool to smoke cigarettes.
If weed and crack was legal, it'd take some of the mystique away,
and people wouldn't want to do it.
They wouldn't want to do it no more.
So what about countries like
100%, 100%? That shit. We're fighting for that shit right here, right now, at least in Canada, for East Hastings especially. This year, since January, there was over 700 deaths, and that's me looking at the numbers last month. I don't know what happened.
What was the percentage of the people? What's the percentage, if you can give out, or if you can guess the man? This is a big thing. What's the ratio of you think that of the people that, let's say, like, did you guys do any studies of a comparable ratio to, like, let's say, like a dope house where people get high at, or a neighborhood where people get high at, like this many people overdose percentage compared to how many people? Because you're saying straight up, you're saying straight up, you said straight up with no flinching that some of the people that you give these needles to and give them back their drugs to and help them, assist them to get high, dude fucking die. They do die. They do die. So I'm not asking you for exact numbers because that's put too much weight onto you. But what do you think? How does that correlate? Like what I'm saying is like if there's a group of 20 people in an abandoned house getting high, like is the percentage different of the ratio of how many would die? That you get what I'm saying?
I feel you. This is okay.
I feel bad because I feel like this is a complicated question, but we're on the Chop Shop and you know how we do.
Honestly, brother, I love this because people don't get to explain this side of things. They only explain the stigma, so this is beautiful. So I'll answer that question simultaneously while I answer your prior question, which is to the people that assume that what we're doing is negative and poisonous and dangerous and bad for the people. So the same answer goes for both. I don't know an exact number. But what I can say is that, when something has a stigma, no one's coming to save anyone, and it's going to be too late. And I believe 100% of the people will be dying because they're not going to have their Narcan unless they have their Narcan kit. And a Narcan kit is, for people that don't know, it's also called naloxone. It reverses overdoses.
That's what people inject into their leg. Like, it's almost like, don't people that have like certain type of people have a similar thing, but it's a different chemical for when they have like not seizures, but adverse reaction to things, right?
Narcan's different.
I'm saying it's a different chemical, but I'm saying the same concept. Like people that have like certain type of allergies, they have a certain type of needle. It's the same concept. They stick the needle.
Word. Yeah, definitely. It gets to the receptors.
But totally different chemical. But yeah, so go ahead. So explain what Narcan is. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. So Narcan is that. It's basically, it reverses. It attaches to the same receptors that opiates attach to in your brain. So it attaches to it and blocks it off. So you feel sober for about 2 hours, and your body feels sober too. You could go back into an overdose after 2 hours, depending what you smoked. But it reverses it for a little time. You know what I mean?
And that gives you time to do like some type of medical assessment or get to help, right? Instead of dying by yourself in a house. You can make it in 2 hours. You can make it to a hospital.
You know what? Let me break it down. Let me break down why a house won't work and why our harm reduction system works, even for the people that are worried about it.
That's some deep shit, man, to say that you give them their needles and test their drugs for them and give them
let me actually break this down, brother. Let me actually break this down if you don't mind, man. I'm going to say, look, so for the people that, a little segue would be that what we're doing is harm reduction, and we're giving people an extra moment to have a human thought and not be in a constant circle of chasing the drug. Getting high, being dope sick sucks, and you feel like you're dying, so you might as well do more dope. It's not as easy to get off drugs when you're dope sick. So they're constantly high, then they're trying to find out how they're going to get high. Then they're high. So what we're trying to do is give them a moment. We're housing them. We're giving them food. We're giving them needles. We're giving them Narcan. We're giving them a safe space to they even come sell their drugs.
Do you have people that help them actually inject them, or you don't? That's crossing the line.
We're not allowed to. We inject them with Narcan, but we're not allowed to inject them with heroin.
But you actually sit there and watch them and give them back. So do you have a large amount of people that utilize this service, or is it a small amount of people?
Oh, a huge amount. There's like at least 2,000 people that are within the services, and then more that aren't.
And then you guys give out free needles, which you guys give out needles, right? Bro. But I'm saying, so you giving out needles that combats HIV and hepatitis spreading. So people would, I'm saying, I could see some people getting in a real strong stance against this, though.
But we pick up the needles so their kids don't go on it. The main people that have a strong stance against this in this city are the developers of condos and the city development organizations.
Well, because they want to sell the dream.
Condos downtown.
Yeah, those are the same people. Those are the same people.
Our people, bro. Sorry, man. I gotta get hyped. Sorry, bro. You talk about conspiracies on here a lot, which to me is actually another word that they made to combat a possible truth. That word is a conspiracy in itself. Conspiracies are a possible truth. You know what I mean? So when it comes to this shit, I'm saying I feel there's a high possibility that the government, the city planners, and the money makers all want to make sure it's genocide. They're killing them off because they need this space. That's what it is.
So are you trying to say, are you basically trying to say that you think that there's people that are in the influence and people who want to build condos that are somehow influencing the drug trade?
I'll say this in one sentence. The same people that make fentanyl are the same people that make Narcan.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I'm saying?
That puts it all in perspective, brother.
Yeah.
We getting real in the chop shop today, boy.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's shift it over to the music.
Shit is.
Let's shift it over to the music. What do you guys got anything new out? Or you make anything that's you're working on, or you got some stuff already out?
Sacred Soil too, right?
Yeah, for real. Okay, I'll set it off with Babylon War Child. We dropped late last year. We dropped War Journals. You can go peep the album. It's online. It's on iTunes. Support it as much as you can. War Journals, Babylon War Child. Then
You guys have
I
the
just
website
started
too, right?
Yeah, it's on BabylonWarChild.com. Yo, it's our website's grimy as fuck. But I don't care. But what I was saying is the next one is I just dropped Sacred Soil 2. It's called Ant Monologues. It's an album where I speak about these issues. I also speak about the issues of us murdering the earth and drilling it for its blood and its oil and things like that. And that album is released on DesiHipHop.com. Big up Desi Hip Hop. When I went to India 2 years ago, I started building with them, and I feel honored that they released this album through DesiHipHop.com. It's the biggest hip hop label in India, independent hip hop label in India.
Could you explain what a Desi is for people that don't know? Because Desi Hip Hop is
word. Yo, a Desi is a Desi person. It's just us. That's just the slang, basically. It's when
you say
Desi,
us, but what ethnic group are you talking about?
From India, from Pakistan, from Bangladesh. You know, some people would beg to differ. The South Asian diaspora, basically.
Desi Hip Hop, the whole site, they've been premiering his music. It's crazy.
You know what I mean? Even people in Trinidad and Guyana, to me, are Desi. But after indentureship and all the confusion that it caused, you know what I mean? We're confused. Even people in Pakistan and Bangladesh don't consider themselves Desi sometimes. But in my opinion, we all are before colonialism.
So
we're all from the same diaspora, you know?
To call oneself Desi and be from Pakistan, Bangladesh, or India, would that be like the equivalent of a Puerto Rican calling himself a Taino?
Yeah, most definitely. You could say that.
All right.
That's what you could say. Yeah.
All right, I get it. So
You know what I mean?
what's
the underground music scene like in Canada? Well, in Vancouver particularly, because that's where
Vancouver,
we are.
Toronto, because he's originally from Toronto.
But he's in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Now,
So let's talk about
I'm in
Vancouver hip hop
Vancouver
scene,
right
real quick.
All right, so yo, the Vancouver hip hop scene, Rascals were doing it big. Big up Checkmate, they were doing it big. I know some people will be upset, but this is the facts, man. But a lot of cats are doing it big. You know, right now, it's like people are just doing it with big heads, and there is no scene because there's so much ego, way more than sunglass wearing Toronto. It's ridiculous. I don't know what the scene is saying here. Everyone just performs to their friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a lot of places.
That's
Just
really what it is.
Rappers performing for other rappers. Did you have a question, G?
Well, how is it ever since you know, all that like King of the Dot battle rap stuff is like based out of Canada out there?
Mm-hmm.
King of the Dot, yep.
Yeah,
That's Toronto, right?
Yeah, King of the
Yeah,
Dot.
yeah,
No,
see-
this is the T Dot. Yeah, Toronto.
Yeah, so how is it
That's
out
it.
there with all that? Everybody's more competitive and everybody, you know what I'm saying, trying to get to
Most
that
definitely.
stage.
Yeah, definitely. Yo, King of the Dot did a lot of good shit for the music industry out here, man. It's like, at first, I won't even lie, I was stuck in my old man ways, you know? I was like, yo, a freestyle can't be a pre-written. What is this? This ain't no freestyle. Yo, I was cheesed. I couldn't handle it. And then now I get it, you know? I gotta evolve. I want a smaller iPhone. I don't want to use a pager anymore. So people pre-write their freestyles. That's all good. But as a movement, yo, they did great, and like it definitely brought a lot of competition to the city. Like a lot of heads are coming. A lot of young people are being motivated through it for sure. I do see that where they want to like make more music because there's more opportunity, man. Like Toronto's bumping right now. It's just
Yeah,
unfortunately,
Toronto's
there's
been,
no
but
older head
Toronto's
guidance,
always been
you know?
a body
That's
of
'cause Drake.
talent.
Drake,
No, even
Drake,
before
Drake.
Drake, there's always been good talent. I've been going to Toronto
Yeah.
since the early
Oh, yeah.
2000s. I've been up there, and there was a lot of great talent. There's a lot of great talent coming out of Canada. I think that sometimes it gets overshadowed because of some of the American influence or whatever. Because I know, like in Canada, they had to pass a law at one point. I know they had to pass a law to like they had to regulate it. Like you had to play this percentage of Canadian music because American music was dominating. So they actually passed. A lot of people don't know this, but they if I'm wrong, please correct me. They had to pass a
Oh no,
law.
we play 40%.
They regulated
40%.
the radio saying you gotta play a minimum of 40% Canadian music because American music was just dominating. We're talking about going back to the 2000s when I used to go out to Toronto.
That's the only reason I make SoCan, yo. I make the short list because of that law. I'm so happy, yo. Fucking shit.
Yeah.
Yo, because out here, like, yo, that's where the culture comes from. So out here, not just here, everywhere I go in the world, it's eroticized. It's not understood.
Yeah.
It's just eroticized.
So
you
you've
know what I
been-
mean? So
You've been a lot of places with Babylon Wild Child, Empty Handed Warriors, and all of that. You've been to the States yet?
man, yo, the States and Australia I can't go to because of childhood mistakes with the law.
Got you. Same reason
Sounds
why.
like somebody I know.
Same reason why I can't come see you out in Canada, bro. I understand. Nabi reality.
He
He raped the frontiers out in Canada.
The
So they won't let
frontiers,
him back.
like Logic Constantine says from France. we had a miscommunication with Lyric with you know how we have the International Collective. We were talking to Logic
Of course,
Constantine.
Universal.
We were talking to Logic Constantine, our leader of our. Right now, we're talking to the
French
leader of our
chapter.
Canadian chapter, but the leader of our French chapter, Logic Constantine. He uses
Word up.
Google. He uses Google Translate to talk to us, and he was like, we were like, yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna drop the album. We're gonna make moves in a private discussion. He was like, yes, my brothers, we're gonna rape the frontiers, and we were like, we were like, hold on, we were like,
So,
hold on.
are you sure? I'm like, are you sure? That's
We're
what
like,
you
yo,
meant?
did
Rape the
you
front-
mean? Wait a minute. Maybe you need to check your Google Translate because we're not gonna be raping nothing. And we thought he was gonna say,
Oh yeah, that was a mistake.
and we thought he was gonna say, I'm sorry, it's a mistake, it's a mistranslation. He goes, no, that's how we talk in France. We're like, well, we're not gonna be talking like that in America. We don't rape nothing over here. We don't rape frontiers. Nothing.
At least don't write none of that on my Facebook until I cross that border.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, we're gonna rape their frontiers, and we're like, did you mean to like conquer or Russian? He goes, nope. That's a slang we say in France. we say rape.
Yo,
Like,
Universal.
Yeah, right.
Universal Collective must end up out there. Like, to me, that's where everyone can meet at ease. And hip hop's alive out there. Hip hop's alive in South America, like really alive. There's ciphers.
on a global
everywhere.
scale. I mean, and you're
know
a
what I
person
mean?
that's part of two global things, like the Empty-Handed Warriors and that, but which is going to scale. So we're gonna wrap this interview up soon, but we're gonna have you call in again because what we like to do is have an interview, have people process it, watch some of your videos, and then we'll come back and do another interview. But we want to know, there's a part of the show we call Bourbon Street where we ask if you know anything about New Orleans.
I just know some rap.
All right, well, in New Orleans they got a place where all the bars are at. And and you know, it's the bars.
And the pun intended.
Here in New England, we call it bars. So this is the part of the show where we're gonna wrap it up, where we need you to spit us some of that hot fire that you got coming out of the Canadian borders.
Sir,
See, your words can come across the border even if you physically can't. You know what I'm saying?
So you want this to be about New Orleans or just
No. Kick anything you want. We just call it Bourbon Street.
The segment of the show is called Bourbon Street because
Yeah,
Bourbon Street has a lot of bars in it, and Bourbon Street is a street in New Orleans.
And we
so.
want you to serve up some shots.
We
You
just need you to serve up some
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
He's a
Some lyrics.
mixologist out of
Yeah, we
the
want you to take us to Bourbon Street with them bars.
All right, let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
No, see.
We have a beat or what?
Nah,
No, you gotta do it up.
Straight up.
All right. Hey yo. Life's a paper chase bit, only on the surface. Learn the art of war and how to sit up with the serpents. We need to fight the paper, need the paper, love the hustle for the paper, need the paper from a purpose. The vapors from the ganja got me calm and collected, reflected to my history. I know like my misery, selected by my melanin to raising the hot slut. Crave shiny things, hot guts till we pop some. Locked in the hot slump, victims when the cops come. Plantation thinking my people are sinking. BYTA, we don't play as praxis. Black magic, we lying straight taking action. Hunter from a rooftop, colonized in 2 shots. They killed Luther King, Gandhi G, even Tupac. See me, study the TV, F the police. I roll with my codeine, not a cup can hold me.
Ooh, that's a shot.
Wow.
That's a shot.
Word up. So let everybody know. Let everybody know where they can go online and find your handles, find your music. You know what I'm saying? Find your social media, all that.
Okay, word up. Yo, one love, Universal Collective, man. Big up UZD. Big respect for the opportunity, and we keep building, man. And yo, you can check my music out, Unknown Misery at Unknown Misery everywhere possible. You know what I mean? But check my Bandcamp. Just go to unknownmisery.com or BabylonWatchChild.com.
You spell misery with a Z, not an S. I want to note that.
Yeah, with a Z or a Z.
Yeah,
They fucked their alphabet up, man.
And then I'm
You gotta
gonna
call it
drop
Z and shit.
if you go
We're about to play now. If you go right now, right now, while you're talking to us, tune into the website right now. Go right now. If you're out there, please, everybody, go right now. Go to www.uzd.world right now because we're streaming live and we're about to play your video
someday.
Word up.
So go right now.
Okay, one love.
So yes, like I said,
Someday.
just everybody go to www. Because I'm finishing the stream right now. Go to www.uzd.world. Click the Chop Shop link and scroll down. The first block will be the live stream, and we're about to play Unknown Misery's video. So we're just pausing a little bit, give you that time. Like I said, I'm putting it right here. Y'all do it. Unknown, man, it's an honor to have you as the head of the Universal Collective Canada. I appreciate you as an artist. and we appreciate you as a brother, and bigger, even bigger than that, the contribution that you give to the world. And we're gonna have you on and a future guest and talk about these different subjects and stuff like that. And we appreciate you taking the time to build with us and you know, rock out with us. So like I said, right now go to www.uz.world. We're gonna turn off this stream. The live stream is currently going. We're about to rock out the video. What was the name of the song again? Someday by Unknown Misery. All right, brother.
All right.
Peace.
One love, peace. You see.
Someday we'll see it, there will be no pain. Day after day we count until someday. Day after day I'm counting till someday. Day after day I'm counting till someday. I bathe in the pain, no water will wash away. You can count sheep to sleep or count days wide awake, waiting for someday. It's like waiting for one day, like a lottery some say. Hypocrisy, foul play, with intent to invent systems whipping economic slaves. Their chains will be broken one way or another. Some say I speak about the same things, brother. Other rappers speak about the blank blank, brother. Some say we created by alien beings, chariots in the sky. Some would pray when they see them. Others find the truth dilute, incorporate spirits. Some can't stand what they see in the mirror, and some pretend not to see ya, while others would even kill just to be. Someday the rain will drop like rain. One day they'll feel this pain I paint, and someday